Hey guys, so welcome to another episode of Deep Chat. I am your host, Precious Linus. And I know I'm particularly excited today, but I have a good reason for that. It's because of the person I have on this show. Hey, I have somebody on this show. Someone that I particularly respect this lady, right? Not just as a person, but because of her wealth of knowledge, especially on the topic that we are going to discuss today. Like, I searched and searched, and believe me, there is no other person that is more qualified to talk about or discuss today's topic with me. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my village people, help me welcome Ade Dotson to today's show. I call her Auntie Diti. Auntie Diti, welcome to
There's not Auntie anyway.
Hey,
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yes, I've been making my head big.
I know. That's my responsibility.
Okay.
To make your head swell. In fact,
That's
if I don't make your head swell on this show, know that, something is wrong.
Okay.
That's not our policy.
That's
It's
fine.
not our philosophy. You have to leave this show feeling like a queen or a king.
Okay. Okay.
So, because we are treating you like a queen, we want you to do us the honors of unboxing what we have inside this box.
Okay.
Somebody called it Pandora's box. But nothing will bite you inside. But if you put your hand on something bites you, I'm sorry, I apologize in advance.
No worry. It doesn't look like anything that can bite is inside because it will be moving.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
There might be a pop inside.
It will be moving now. This is such a small box.
Should we try?
Let's
You're
see.
using me to play. Auntie Diti,
Let's see.
you're using me to play.
I'm not afraid now.
Are you sure?
Oh, nice.
So please, what's the honors? So that's our question, our topic for the day.
Oh, wow.
Look inside, we have something else for you inside.
Oh, wow. And a lip balm. Okay. Okay. Beyond baby blues, demystifying the hush-hush of postpartum depression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
A very dear topic to my heart.
Might be you say so.
Yeah. So, a lot of women are going through so many stuffs after childbirth, and they don't even know what it is. They don't have an idea. So I think I'll just start with my own experience.
Yeah.
So when I had my second child, I was abroad.
Okay.
So with my first child, I had my mom from day one to had my auntie. Everyone was there,
Yeah.
But with my daughter, I didn't have that much support.
Yeah.
So after I went home, I think 3 or 4 days after, I had to take a bath for my daughter, and she almost slipped off my hands. And that was like where I think it started. But at the point, I didn't even know what it was. I started feeling so sad, so angry, so pain, felt neglected. And I had family support, but there was not like that close thing. I was with my auntie, I was staying with her, but it was when I went to because if you go for your postpartum check, one of the assessment they do is to check if you have postpartum depression, which I didn't even know what it was.
Yeah.
They just asked. So I saw a question that asked her, do you feel like killing yourself? And it rang a bell in my head, like, oh, what's going on with me? Because at some point, because I had like 2 kids, 2 babies, they're crying, I'll keep 2 of them, they're crying, I'll sit down to and be crying with them. So at the point, I didn't know that was all. But I think for me, it's not postpartum depression per se, but baby blue.
Okay.
Yeah, because looking at it now understanding that there's a difference between both, I now understand that mine was not postpartum depression, but baby blues. So that's why it's good that this topic we're talking about, because many people know about baby blues. Baby blues happen just after you have a baby, and you start feeling that mood swing, agitation, anxiety, but it comes and goes after a short period.
Yeah.
Like maybe like a couple of weeks, maybe like a month,
Yeah.
thereabout. But the difference between that and postpartum depression is that postpartum depression is more severe,
Yeah.
and it lasts long, can last for several months, can last for several years if it's not attended to.
Yeah.
So for me, I just look back now and I'll see that it was for a short period I had that, but it can still resemble postpartum depression. And postpartum depression can also start as baby blues, then it now progresses. So imagine if you have baby blue and you didn't get support, you're not able to move up. It's just like a transition to postpartum depression. So for now, I think I can confidently say it was baby blues that I had, not particularly postpartum depression, but at least at that point I didn't know. Until I started the mental health journey, then I was able to differentiate. So that's why I said it was a topic that was very close to my heart.
Okay. So before we delve deeper into the topic, right? I think we should try and explain or like define what postpartum depression is, and then baby blues, and then we can now know the what is peculiar to this particular one and what is peculiar to this particular one, so that when during the course of the conversation, people can relate to what we are saying and they can actually pinpoint, oh, okay, this, oh, okay, so this is what I have, this is what I have, or this is likely to be what I have. Because I think you're supposed to like go and get diagnosed of it medically, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so let's
start from there.
The definition, yeah.
Okay, so baby blues is that thing that happens like a mood switch that happens just after birth. It happens to women. Okay. So like maybe they just had a baby now, and it happens. And there are different things that can make it happen. First of all, it can be hormonal. You know, when baby come, pregnancy and childbirth comes with a lot of hormonal dysfunction and imbalance. So it could be due to hormonal imbalance. It could be due to lack of family support. It could be due to the fact that you're just having a child for the first time. You don't even have an idea of what to expect, how your body feels. So it's and the symptoms that you can look out for baby blue is, so there's mood swing, there's sadness, and you feel not worthy, that kind of a thing. So mostly that's what happens, and it's not severe, it's not intense. So that's where the difference between it and postpartum will come. So it happens, and it can start just immediately after birth, but or a few days after birth. Because it's a feeling, sometimes it's a feeling of being overwhelmed. You know, you are very overwhelmed, you don't even know, like sometimes you have baby, you start asking yourself, why do I even have to go through so much pain? Was it even worth it? When then maybe you now, unfortunately, you don't have support, you don't have family. You now looks like you're in this world alone. You even need to take care of yourself, and now you have to look after another child and all of that. So it can come with those feelings, but it can fizzle out after a couple of weeks. Max 1-2 months, it should fizzle out. Because then the body starts, if it's hormonal thing, the body starts auto-correcting itself and all of that. But for postpartum depression, the symptoms are more severe. So postpartum depression will affect your mood, to affect your appetite, it will affect your sleep pattern, it will affect your love for activity. So people start to withdraw themselves from the regular activities that they would usually want to do. Then they feel very empty. They are very moody. They feel like sometimes they might even think of harming themselves and killing their child. So this is where the difference comes. So the postpartum depression is very intense. It's very and it's longer. It's longer. It takes a long time. Sometimes it can even go for 1 year. That's why you see some women, people keep telling, why are you not happy? You have a child. Why are you not happy? Some parents, mothers will not even want to touch the child. It could be the person is having postpartum depression. But you know, here in Nigeria, because of the huge knowledge gap, people start naming it something else. So basically, that's the core difference between baby blues. So more women can have baby blues, lesser than more women, the numbers that are having postpartum depression. So yes, baby blues looks like sometimes normal because it's just like change. But the postpartum depression, I think with the study that I know of, 10 to 20% of women will have postpartum depression.
So, and you said something, you talked about mood swings, right, for baby blues, right? And I really do not want that word to be trivialized or to be used rather loosely, right? So what exactly can we actually say, okay, this is actually the mood swing that is associated with baby blues? Because normally as a human being, maybe your mood can just switch, right, in your everyday activity. So which one will you now experience that will now make you feel like, okay, this one is actually something to actually
look out for.
Okay.
So first thing first, you need to know that baby blues is not necessarily, you don't need to really be concerned about it. Most times you just need to support the person, speak to the person, and the person will be fine. So it's kind of sometimes normal.
Yeah.
That doesn't have, like, it's just the same, we have severity of condition. So, but mood swing can be different for different people. So for me, everybody expects you have a baby, you should be happy. But you just, for no reason, nobody triggered, you just start crying.
Yeah.
And you can't explain why you're crying.
You're crying.
Sometimes you just don't want to see anybody. You want to just stay under lights. And without lights, and just go and hide in darkness.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you just start laughing erratically without any cause.
Yeah.
So those kind of things. So, but it's different for different people.
Yeah.
And the same thing I say that postpartum depression can also mirror as baby blue.
Yeah.
So it can also start like that for postpartum depression, that it now gradually progress.
Yeah.
So you're crying more. You should not be crying. You're crying there. You're not in pain, you're not, but you're crying. Yeah. You're sad. You're angry. You know, the way people can just be erratic for no reason. Yeah. That's part of the kind of mood that can just switch. Just without any trigger. It just happens abruptly like that, yes. Yeah. So those are the things that you should look out for.
Okay. So me, when I had my first baby, right, I don't really know whether it's baby blues or postpartum depression, right? But when I had my first baby, right, I remember I was angry. I was really, really angry, right? Sometimes my child is crying and I'm like angry. Why are you crying? Can't you just keep quiet? You know, we have to wake up a lot in the middle of the night.
So you feel exhausted and all of that.
Yeah, and all of that. So at first I was thinking, okay, maybe it's because I'm tired. Because my elder sister had a baby, like we had our babies like at intervals, like few months apart from each other. So I already knew that stressful period was going to happen when you're going to be waking up in the middle of the night and all of that. So when all that was happening, it was not like a cause for alarm for me. I just felt like, oh God, this is just too stressful, right? But then after a while, my baby had adjusted. You know, after 2 weeks, they begin to adjust. Yeah, he had already adjusted to like the pattern of feeding and all of that. He could now eat more. And then I came up with this lazy mommy's pattern of breastfeeding, that because I had this my bed, right? I didn't use a baby crib, right? People should not judge me, but I didn't use a baby. I didn't use a baby
There's no
crib.
judgment on that.
I didn't use a baby crib, right? So by the side of my bed there was a space. So I'll take all these huge pillows, right, and cover that space up. So I used it to create another bed. So I would sleep here and my baby would sleep here, because of the crib and the bed that I now formed with all the pillows, right? So when I want to breastfeed, I would like carry him on one arm and breastfeed. So he's facing me, I'm facing him, and so I could sleep very well. Like after like 3 weeks of childbirth, I could sleep well. But then, so I knew it was not the stress, but I was still angry. Like I was angry a lot, right? And then I won't really say that I noticed that I didn't want to like be going out and all of that, because I mean you're still supposed to be at home till after your
41 days and all of that.
Exactly. So that was, I didn't really notice the going out part, but at the time I was still in school then, I was in university then, but I noticed that after a while I didn't want to go back to school. I didn't go back to school. I skipped a whole year after my giving birth. I didn't go out. I was just at home with my baby. It was just me and my baby. No one was in the house. Like, I didn't want anyone to visit. I didn't want to see anyone. It was just I and my baby throughout, inside the house. I didn't want to go out. I didn't even want to go and be buying stuff. So anything I wanted to buy, I will order. Or I'll buy things in bulk so that I don't have to go out. Because I just didn't want to deal with people and all of that. And I, as a person, I was not noticing it. It was other people that were noticing, and they were saying, what is wrong with you? Why are you like being so withdrawn and all of that? Me, I'm like, I just need my space now. Like, must I come and be, you know, that kind of thing. But it lingered. But when it was now a cause for when I started becoming worried, was that I could not have a connection with my child. Right? I could not connect to my baby till I think he was after a year, and then I was almost pregnant again, like
Almost.
yeah, for my second child, right? But I could not connect to my baby, so I was like, why? I know that I love him,
but you don't have that.
Yes.
No, that excitement, that thing. So obviously, most likely, you must have gone through a postpartum depression without knowing, and that's why I say that the awareness is still very low around these people. And the truth is that, you see, when you say you kept feeling angry, I was looking at you. I know that was, so that anger was not particularly about the child.
Yeah.
But probably the circumstances how the child came.
Okay.
So that also can be a trigger, can be a factor. So that's why when you look at the different things that can cause postpartum depression, one of them is lack of social support.
Okay.
The blame and shame.
Yeah.
There's a lot of blame and shame that comes with, especially if you're in school. Why did you get pregnant in school?
Okay.
That can cause it. Another thing is, you just don't feel like, why did I even get myself into this? And you start beating up yourself. You're not forgiving yourself for all those actions. So all of that will weigh on you. It makes you withdrawn.
Yeah.
So imagine you start losing interest in the things that you would normally want. You didn't want people, you didn't want to have. So these are signs. That's why I tell people, for different people, it will present differently.
Yeah.
But it takes someone that understands themselves. Then it takes a supportive person that knows that, oh, this is my partner. My partner is not usually like this. Or this is my child. She's not usually this person. So there's something that we need to check out for. So that's where you need all the support, the love, the care. But unfortunately, some people will be like, look at this one, I just had baby. Then some people will even now still blame you on it. The circumstances already was not favorable. Then people will now still blame you. You now become the victim. When they're supposed to give you and show you love, they begin to castigate you. All of that will bring your spirit down. All of that will make you feel less worthy. All of that will make you be angry. So yes, you have a child. There's that, oh, I'm a mother, but why is it time? Why should I ever have it now? I can always have it. So that's where that disconnect comes. So all of that are possible symptoms of postpartum depression.
Yeah.
And there are people that might be going through something else so that they can't even understand right now.
Yeah.
And it's what's causing these issues.
Yeah. And but do you think that the reason why people don't speak up, because in my case, but I don't know whether it was just in my head, I felt like if I tell people, if I speak to someone, hey, see, I have this issue. This is my baby, right? But I don't feel, because I know that you're supposed to, now I feel it, right? I feel like I'm a mom. But then I can actually forget that I have a child. Like, it was very easy for me to, like, I was a different person, like, without a child.
And that's one of the major symptoms too of postpartum depression.
Yeah.
You begin to lose, you don't want to attach.
Yeah.
So, and it also impacts on the bond between mother and child, which you know, even right now, you know how important it is for you to bond with your child, close body, but you don't want to hold the child. So you lose bond from it. So it has a huge impact.
Yeah.
It has a huge impact.
But do you think the shame or the stigma surrounding when you speak up, people blame you for it? Do you think that's part of why people don't speak up?
Yes, a major part of it. So that's what I'm saying. So first of all, postpartum depression is a major mental health problem. But even the concept of mental health, how much do we know? Then now you now go and tell people that, I don't know, I don't feel attached to my son, my child. They start to judge you. They start calling you names. They start saying, instead of trying to understand and say, oh, there might be a problem. There is no mother on earth, no matter how the circumstance, for you to decide to carry the pregnancy through, you love that child. But sometimes we don't know how to show that love, because there are other factors. And because of the huge stigma around you speaking about those kind of things, they're going to judge you. So people keep quiet. People don't want to explain. But now, now that we're beginning to have open conversations around these things, we're beginning to create the awareness that these things exist. And it has also been shown that this is, some women have committed suicide because of this. Because imagine a young girl that is maybe, according to this thing, she's 18, she should be in school, but she went to have a child. She now had a child out of wedlock. She didn't get married. A society that already socialized the fact that women should be married before they have kids. Then they come, you now go to a family where everybody's blaming you part time. That already has messed you up. You go to school, school will not let you in because everybody will be laughing at you. So the shame, the gloom, the fear, the feeling of being unwanted. You now look at it and say, what am I even living for? Even leaving the fact that you had a child, something that is worthy of being a life-changing thing. You're not seeing it as a blessing. Sometimes women will begin to curse their children. I hate you. It's you that made me to my life to be like. Even till now, you hear a lot of women who say that you're the one that made my life not. You're the one that did not allow me to prosper. You're not even at our age. There's some people that come for therapy. The things that they've said to them, their mothers have said to them, you will never be anything. It's you that did not allow me to become something. So those kind of things will naturally make somebody to feel unworthy and go and kill themselves.
Yes.
So we need to start fostering communities that is empathetic, that is accepting, that is loving, that is kind.
And understanding.
And empathy.
Yeah.
Empathy. You tell people, okay, she's a young girl, she went to get pregnant because she's loose. Have you tried to be in her shoes? What if she was not loose? What if she was raped? What if it just happened? Then even if it happened, hey, can we be empathetic? Can we put ourselves in these people's shoes?
Yeah.
So we need to, those are the things that can help us to build this support that is needed to continue to destigmatize these issues, and so that more women can talk. And the good things that there is help. There are different treatment options that are available. But because the people will not even speak up, how would they even know what is available to them?
Yeah. I watched the podcast, right? And in the podcast, they were interviewing a lady that runs an NGO. And she told a story of a girl, because her NGO specializes in rehabilitating
younger girls?
Yeah, younger girls, and then children that are abandoned by their parents and all of that. So she talked about a particular mom, right? A particular mom that she's HIV positive, right? And then she has a baby, and she and her baby, they were living in one abandoned building like that. So they said sometimes she just abandons the child there and just leaves. And the child will be there crying and all of that. She's not mad. She's not mad. They just said she leaves, but that she's always coming back to at least breastfeed the child. But it's just that she just does not want to stay there. That they think, so they had to alert the woman because they think that the mother will kill the child. So they had to just start calling out for help. So the woman was saying this, and then she was like, finally they carried both the child and then the mother to the hospital. And it was there that they found out that the mom has HIV. And the baby was also infected. And she was like, you should just take the child, that she does not want the child and all of that. And they were like, how will you have a child that you don't want to take care of? And I was watching as I was watching the podcast, the interview, I was like, is it that these people do not actually understand that it's possible this woman is depressed?
Exactly.
Because all the circumstances surrounding that child
is already too much for her to do.
She was raped. And then, as a result of that rape, she got infected with HIV.
She got pregnant.
Exactly. She
now have the child.
And the child is HIV positive. And they are poor.
Like, virtuous circle of poverty. And so what this person doesn't have any reason, they'll tell you they don't have a reason to live.
I'm telling you, like...
And she will prefer that the child should die. And if you look at it, the actual thing is that, let us look at it, nobody wants anybody to die. Exactly. But in the actual sense, she might be right in her own way.
Exactly.
Because she can't even take care of herself. How about to take care of
a child that is sick and will cost a lot of money to
poor.
Live. And you're poor.
So that's why I tell people that's why empathy. You see, the place of empathy is, you cannot overemphasize it.
Yeah.
Because people don't know how to live their and put themselves in another person's shoes.
Yeah.
That's why there's no empathy. If you can just look beyond yourself and put yourself in somebody else's shoes, and start to look at it from a different perspective, then you'll be compassionate.
Yeah.
So that's why this support is very, very important. And you will see that so many women can go on with this postpartum depression for years. And because it was not diagnosed on time. Like, it's supposed to be part of the postnatal assessment. So once a woman has baby, you tell her she needs to come to the hospital for how many days? 7 days after, maybe 2 weeks after. During those periods, she's coming for immunization for her child. Why don't you do an assessment for her? They are standardized tools. So that early identification will help prompt treatment, and the person will get better.
But at what point do you think it's now a cause for alarm?
There's no point that it is not a cause for alarm. Once it has gone beyond baby blues, it's a cause for alarm. It's a cause for alarm. Because at that point when it's still starting, you can easily manage the person. The person might not even need medication, might just need therapy, might just need to just talk, might just need a cognitive behavior. But it might get to the point where the person actually now starts to take medication.
Yeah.
So there is nothing that is as good as early identification. Once you start seeing, you know the person you're living, you know this. Just give people should give people, even people that don't know you.
Yeah.
Once you just tell them this is how you feel, the person should first think that maybe there is something. It's better you go and do diagnosis and it is not that thing than it is the thing and you are assuming it's not. You know, so the early identification, early detection is the best thing.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go over the symptoms again, right? And then let's talk about what are some of the treatment options that are available to people.
Okay, what are these? Okay, so first thing for postpartum depression, you have mood swings, severe mood swings, the feeling of not being enough, emptiness. Then you can have, it affects your eating appetite. So it affects your eating pattern, it affects sleep pattern. There might be triggers of wanting to harm yourself or harm the baby. You don't want to bond with the child. These are possible things that you will see. So for the eating pattern, it can be either way. It can be that she starts eating more or she starts eating less. Or for the sleep pattern, is that she starts sleeping more or she's not sleeping at all. So people need to be observant about that. And that feeling of emptiness, not wanting to have bond with the child, and start to think of harming yourself, harming the baby. Those are possible signs and symptoms. But people should also remember that it comes different for people. It might be a combination of one or two, a combination of all of this. Then another thing that's very important too is that you start withdrawing. You don't want to do your normal activities. You don't want to stay around people. You are irritated, easily irritable, get angry easily. You know, those kind of things. So, so those are the things that you can look out for. Then for management and support. So we have pharmaceuticals and we have non-pharmaceutical. So the ones that you can use medication, there are medications that can help improve it depending on the severity. Then the non-pharmaceutical, there are therapy. Therapy is a big way. You can either have interpersonal therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, support group. Support group is one thing that is underestimated. Because one thing that happens with support group is that you're in a group of people that you have shared experience. In that group, some people have done better. Some people are going to have to do worse than you. So shared experience helps people to feel better, knowing that they're not alone. So many times you think that you're alone in this, and that's why you don't want to speak up. But if you're in a support group where you hear other people's stories, you not be like, oh, my own is even better. That way it gives life to spirit. Then another very important thing is partner support. So partners can also help to support their spouse by maybe with the child care, help to carry baby, help to do this. You can also help with the house chores. And that's the thing that's killing a lot of African women, because they have baby now. People expect them to start cooking, help them to start cleaning the house and all that. But if partners or support systems can help, it can also help improve it. Then the power of speaking up, speak up so that you can get help. And the partner can also help you get help. So instead of judging or look inward and see that maybe there's a problem. Especially if you know this person, that this person is not usually like that. So all of these things can help a huge way to improve the symptoms and signs of postpartum depression. So
the symptoms and the signs can be managed, and improved, but not like you can't drink.
It can go.
And
it can go.
Okay.
Yes, it can go. You can. It's just most times is a feeling.
Okay.
And if you, like, for instance, if it's an hormonal imbalance thing, if you go to this, if you do hormonal profile, they will tell you what is going on, and you can take medication. It can be, you can have 100% treatment.
Okay.
You can have it's just that the pace at which I will heal is different from the way another person. So you give time for different people's, their body, whatever the triggers are, the much support they have will determine how fast. But it can be, yes, it can recover 100%.
Yeah. And I think we should internalize this a bit, right? Because we've spoken on empathy from other people, but you as the
self, yes, be easy on yourself. So like you always tell people, many times when things happen, you start to blame yourself. I wish I had done this better. I wish I would. Hey, it has happened. Can you take it easy on yourself? You're just human. So that's self-care. That's where the place of self-care, self-love is one of the major ways to, from yourself, from within. You start looking at yourself better. You start seeing things. You start being grateful for the things that are working. Those are the ways you build proper self-care. So you look inward and say, okay, yes, the circumstances of this baby might not be favorable, but look at an amazing child that I just had. And God loves me so much. There are people that they are in the bright circumstances, but they don't have kids. So you now start practicing gratitude from within. Start trying to see things that are working. Start making an effort. And self-care, prioritize your self-care. If you feel like sleeping and you have support, don't take on everything. Don't think you can do it. It's no superhuman being anywhere. So that you don't relapse. So yeah.
And ask for help.
Exactly.
Ask for help.
So, you know, many women don't know how to receive kindness. They don't know how to receive kindness. There's nothing wrong with saying that I feel exhausted. Can you help me? But because we have been socialized to do everything, jack of, so please accept kindness. And when you ask for help, it's not a sign of fear. Weakness. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. At least you identify that you have a problem. You identifying that you have a problem is strength, because some people wouldn't even know. So asking for help is strength rather than opposite of it, thinking that it makes you weak or vulnerable. Vulnerability is good. We're humans. Being vulnerable is what makes us human.
Exactly.
You should be vulnerable so that people can see who you really are. Let's not just remain plastic and think we can do everything by ourselves. We can't. And having a baby comes with a huge responsibility, lifetime responsibility. So why don't you, as much help as you can get, why don't you receive it?
Exactly. So you've heard it on this show. Be kind to yourself. Be patient with yourself. I mean, like, show yourself that kindness that you are expecting from other people. Show yourself that kindness. And see, nobody's a super mom. I think that's that ideology of you have to be a super mom to be a qualified mom, to be in a mommy group chat. Please, this is not the time to, this is not the place or the time to do that, right? Be kind to yourself. If you are in a group where people are not kind, or they expect you to be perfect as a mom, plastic, don't feel your feelings, don't express your emotions, please remove yourself from such groups. You've heard what she said, that we should look for support groups that will actually be able to be vulnerable and with you.
Safe spaces for people.
Exactly. So those are the things that we need, we as mommies, so that we will not feel like.
And also, we should also be kind. Women too should also be kind with other women. Because you see some people be like, Shebi, it's not the same baby that I have. Everybody's experience is different. Can you allow people experience their experience? Allow people to feel their pain. Don't come and dump your own. And many times you just feel that people want to dump their feelings on other people. No, let's also be kind. Women, we know that it's not an easy thing to have a child. Whichever way, some people will go 1 hour to come up. Good for you. There's some women that will be there. There's some women that will lose their children. There's some people. I have a friend that the wife had a baby like 2 or 3 weeks ago. She just got home a few days ago. Immediately after that baby, after they did surgery for her, she had complications. They had to even rush her to National Hospital. So imagine the trauma she will be feeling, the baby, all of those things. And you just say, but you, because you're lucky, you go in, you have normal delivery, 1 hour, you come back, you think that you had the power over it. No, you're just lucky. Because a lot of women too have gone there and the baby will die, they will die. So let's be empathetic with ourselves. Let's be kind. Yes. Like you've said it all. Like you've made the points that, and from some of the things that you were saying, I could understand some things that I went through, right? And I think because I'm understanding some of the things that I went through, I think I have to do a lot of forgiving to myself for blaming myself for a lot of things, right? And most especially when it comes to feeling the way I felt and thinking there was something wrong with me. I even tell you, your feelings are valid. Until it starts affecting you, your feeling is valid. If you didn't feel it, you wouldn't know the difference right now. So feel your feeling, but get out of your feeling. Don't stay there. So, but feeling, if you must feel, you must allow yourself to feel. It's just the way you say forgiveness. Yes, beat yourself up, but now tell yourself, okay, it has happened. Let's move on.
Yes.
We might not move on, we might move forward, but take another step.
Yes.
Yeah, but let yourself feel.
Yeah.
You are not a tree. You should feel. So it's okay.
Yeah.
And the way I feel and the way you feel is not the same.
Exactly.
So let everybody feel in their own unique way.
Yes, so. Yes, so thank you so much. Thank you so much for being part of the show.
Thank you for having me.
You shared wisdom to us. That's I told you. See, let me tell you something. If I'm giving someone an introduction, you better believe the introduction that I'm giving. Because I don't even cap. I don't even like say things like use words loosely like that when I'm introducing people. Thank you so much for all the knowledge you shared.
Thank you.
We appreciate the knowledge. We appreciate everything. We appreciate how honest and open and transparent you are while discussing the topic, right? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And our lip balm that we gave you, I hope you like our lip balm.
I will take it now. It's green lip balm. Green.
No, if you rub it, it's going to be. It's
yes,
now. It's
let's not give me. It will not give me red lips.
No, it will not.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you
so much. Thank you so much for being here. So you guys, this is where we draw the curtain on today's episode, and I hope that we learned all the things that most of the things that we need to learn about postpartum depression and baby blues, right? And don't stop here. Seek further knowledge on the topic to be able to not just help yourself in case you are in that position or you ever find yourself in that position, but also to be able to help other people and tell people, okay, this might actually be what you're actually passing through. And if you're in this particular position, it's never too late to get help. I mean, is it ever too late to get help?
No.
It's never.
And it's fine. Whenever you find the time, whenever you understand, whenever you hit that place where you say, oh, I didn't know this is what it's okay.
Exactly.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Help will find you wherever you are.
Exactly. So I'm going to let you introduce, talk about your brand, right? Mental Health with DT, right? Tell us what the foundation is about and your Instagram handle, where we can follow you on, and all of that.
Okay, thank you. And once more, my name is Adedotun Esan. Everybody call me DT. I'm the founder of Mental Health with DT Foundation, a non-for-profit here in Nigeria that tends to mental health awareness, advocacy, and support across board. So we're very passionate for everyone to have a hold of their mind and an emotion. So we're on all social media platforms at Mental Health with DT. The DT is DITTY. And you can also send us messages. You can reach out if you need to talk to someone. We provide therapy. We provide group therapy, personal therapy. And we do a lot of trainings. If you want to know more about postpartum depression, we have a whole course around that. If you want to train your staffs on mental health first aid so that they can help themselves and help other people and also know more about the mental health issues that exist. We're here, so we are your one-stop shop for mental health resources. Thank you.
Exactly, you heard that. Mental Health with DT is like your one-stop shop for everything mental health. So if you need support, if you need people to talk to, please call them. We are going to drop all the information you need for contacting Mental Health with DT. You would find it in the description, right? And you would find it at the end credits, the support numbers, right? The support lines, the email addresses, and every other thing you need to contact them. So you have no excuse whatsoever not to seek help. Help is here. You have it, so take it. And with that, we say bye.